As someone who has struggled with depression, suicidal tendencies, and anxiety, I find that taking care of our mental health is so crucial and valuable for the quality of our life. When we're not taking care of our mental health, nothing in our life feels good. I think when there's anything off in the body, the quality of life is greatly diminished. And so I just wanted to put a video out there talking about ways we can support our mental health. Um, and let's just understand what mental health really is first, because it's kind of this very vague thing. Just like you do things to take care of your physical body, exercise, drink water, eat your vegetables, you have to do things to take care of your mindset, your mental health, which is composed of your thoughts, your mindset, your outlook on life, your belief systems, the conditioning. And often mental health is really associated with the quality of our thoughts that we're thinking, and if there are any imbalances in the processes that go on in our brain, which is, I believe, is fixable, because there's nothing that we can't cure. There's nothing that can't be healed. And one of the biggest realizations I've had in helping myself have a better mental health is really understanding the nature of thoughts and the nature of our belief systems, and more so the history that we have and how that may be altering our perception of ourself and our life and as a whole. So in this video, I wanted to share with you some practical ways you can support your mental health. I know you've heard this one all over the place, but this one is meditation. And what meditation really allows us to do is to be present and available with our thoughts. It's not about getting rid of thoughts or stopping thoughts. It's not about having a calm, clear mind. If we are not meditating, we're not really aware of the quality of our thoughts and the thoughts we're thinking all the time. I read somewhere a couple years ago of someone tweeted this on Twitter, and it really struck with me because my mind has always felt really busy and chaotic. And this is when I was struggling with depression. And someone said, I wish I could take my brain out, give it a good wash and scrub down and clean it, and then put it back in my brain. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I wish I could do too. And uh, that's what meditation does. It helps you clear and clean out your mind and bring some sense of stillness into your being, into your space, because the mind always wants to go in 50 different thousand directions. And when you're just sitting in meditation, you're allowing yourself to be present. So I have a bunch of videos on meditation. I'll leave the playlist up here somewhere and go check those out. So meditation is one way that I've really supported myself and mental health, and it's made a huge difference. I highly suggest doing this meditation called the Kirtan Kriya meditation. Again, the link to all my meditation videos will be up here somewhere, and that really helped me so much. And in conjunction with meditation, the other thing that I really vouch for is journaling. And journaling is this practice of offloading, of clearing out the stuff, the thoughts, whatever's swirling on in your mind, and putting it somewhere on paper. Because oftentimes when we don't clear out your mind, everything is just kind of with you as you go through your day. Like, you take time to clean out your house, you take time to clean out your drawers, your kitchen, your car. Like, I personally believe that journaling is taking time to clean out your mind and just take all the thoughts that are swirling in your head, put them onto paper, and then go sit in a meditation practice, and you'll experience more stillness that way. So again, I have a bunch of videos on journaling too, so I'll link one up here too, so go check that out on ways you can start journaling. If you're curious about journaling and want kind of a guide, step-by-step guide, go check out my journaling ebook, which is 50 prompts to ignite conversations with soul, and I'll put the link to access that in the treasure chest, which has amazing resources as well. Okay, the next one is a no-brainer. This is exercise. We know that moving our body, exercising, getting a heart rate up, releases dopamine and serotonin in the brain. I do not know any time that I did not feel better after working out. Like, that's my incentive to working out, is how good I'm going to feel afterwards. And there's never a such thing as a bad workout. So movement in the way that you feel like you want to do it. If that means going on walks, if that means bike rides, if that means hiking, if that means taking your dog on a walk, but moving your body. And when you're moving your body, you're kind of moving energy out through you, and you're really allowing yourself to clear the energy that you're also in that day. So I really suggest exercise is a great way to support your mental health. And I know there's numerous studies on how exercise actually affects the brain. So do your research, and I'll leave some articles below on the effect of exercise on our mental health. The next thing is being in nature. And this is just one of the reasons I wanted to film this video outside today. Is actually it's 70 degrees. What is it? It's February 2nd today. And being in nature. There's something about being in nature and physically touching the earth with our bare hands, with our bare feet. It really polarizes our energy. So there's something called grounding that we can all do, which is literally walking barefoot on the earth for 10-15 minutes daily, appropriate to the climate that you're in, but that literally polarizes the energy and helps us balance our energy field with the electromagnetic field of the earth. And I know every single time I'm in nature, I feel so much better. So if you want to just be in nature and observe nature, nature is full of wisdom, full of teachings. You can see the cycles of life in nature, and it's just a really good way to feel connected. You're part of this ecosystem. You're just as important as everything else on this planet and everyone else, and that kind of helps us feel a little bit more nourished and supported as well. This one is honestly game changing. I've talked about this in so many of my videos, and I think this can do wonders for our mental health when we start being mindful of the thoughts we're thinking. That means being the observer of our thoughts, not so much the thinker of our thoughts. There's a difference between thinking we are the thoughts we think and being the observer of our thoughts. So you are not the thoughts you think. Thoughts are kind of like passing clouds that are moving in and out of your consciousness, moving in and out of your space. And when you can just observe your thoughts, you start to take your thoughts less seriously, and you start to feel lighter because you're not believing every thought that you think. Again, I love the work of Byron Katie because she says that you're either believing a thought or you're questioning a thought. And to kind of get into the habit and get into the feel of what this feels like, go to a park or go to a busy street center and sit there and just observe what everyone's doing. Sit there and observe the sounds that are around you without judging, without trying to come to a conclusion, without labeling as good or bad. Just simply observe. That's the same way we can start observing our thoughts. You can take that external way of observation of the external world and do it internally. And a great way to do that, again, is by meditation. And throughout the day, just kind of set in a reminder for yourself. You're like, am I believing my thoughts right now, or am I questioning my thoughts? Because it's your thoughts that make you miserable, not things outside of your people or circumstances or whatever. It's your own thoughts that either make you miserable or happy. And I think a big part of our mental health is we don't really give ourselves the space to just watch and be mindful of the thoughts we're thinking. Our sense of identity becomes so intertwined with what we think. What we think, therefore, is what we think we are. But you can't be something that's transient, that's constantly moving in and out of your space. So again, I have a bunch of videos on being mindful of your thoughts. I'll put a few linked in the description box below. Okay, the next thing is vitamin D supplement. I didn't know the extent of what a vitamin D deficiency can do. And vitamin D is actually a hormone, which I never knew that. And it literally helps your brain create serotonin and dopamine and those neurotransmitters that make us feel happy. So 80% of the population actually has a vitamin D deficiency. And so vitamin D actually helps regulate your hormones and balances in the brain. Chemical processes in the brain. So when we're low on vitamin D, I think our moods tend to be more dull and dark and gray. And it took me a while to realize that the time period where I was experiencing depression, my vitamin D levels had to be low because every single time the winter months would come around, I would experience seasonal depression. And when I got blood work done, go get blood work done to see what your vitamin D levels are and if that's contributing to your mental health. And it really has a correlation between that. So, supplementing vitamin D is game changing. For me, when I started supplementing vitamin D and I do it regularly, I notice my mood is a lot better. I feel brighter, I feel more alive, I feel more awake, more alert to myself. And so really take that into consideration. Maybe you have low vitamin D, get blood work done, and really just allow yourself to sit in the sun for 20-30 minutes a day. It's not harmful. Our body needs vitamin D from the sun to regulate the hormones in the brain that produce serotonin and dopamine. So I'll leave a link to that article on vitamin D in the description box below as well. The final thing is getting help from someone you trust. And this is really important because here it gives us an opportunity to talk to somebody about what we're going through, what we're feeling, what we're experiencing in a non-judgmental, unbiased space. And I think getting help is so important because it makes you feel like, A, you're not alone, that someone understands you and someone can help you work through whatever it is that you're going through that is affecting your mental health. I think it was game changing for me to work with a therapist and then a life coach because those two people combined helped me to see that I wasn't alone, but they helped me to kind of see what was going on in the contents of the mind and give me tools and techniques to work through the stuff. And it's been a lifelong grateful thing I've done for myself because it's helped me heal so much, but it's helped me take myself not so seriously, and it's also allowed me to understand the contents of my mind better. And getting help is game changing, so I highly, highly, highly recommend getting help. I hope this video was useful, that you found some ways to start supporting your mental health and taking responsibility for the quality of your mental health and really allowing yourself to take care of what's important. Your mental health is so important because it affects the quality of our life. If you know someone who could hear this video or could find this video useful, share it with them, spread the love. And if you have any other ways that you support your mental health, put that in the comments below. I'd love to know what ways and things that you do that support your mental health. And wherever you are in the world, beloved, sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, and stay open. Stay open. Keep your heart open and stay open.